Hello, my name is Jani. Welcome to my channel. This is a cross stitch channel where we talk about fabrics and materials and topics about cross stitch. This episode I want to show you a little project. This is a design by Michelle Bendy Stitchy. This is Patriotic Pinkeep, and I finished this lovely design this weekend. I was really happy when Michelle released this design because she was so generous to include different flags for the design. So I love Michelle designs. They are so cute and pretty and playful. So I was really excited with this particular Patriotic Pinkeep because it's not just the American flag, the flag of the United States, but she includes different flags. So I have to stitch mine, the Mexican flag, La Bandera de México, and I decided to stitch both flags in honor to my friendship with Michelle. So we are together in this little design, the Mexican flag and the American flag. So it's a really pretty design. I use different flosses from my stash, mostly CXC flosses, and the fabric is linen 36. So I use one thread, one floss, and over two, and the coverage is really good. It's the thing with this type of flosses, the CXC flosses, that are a little thicker than the DMC, so the coverage is really good. I love this combo of one floss, one thread, over two in a 36 or a 40, and it looks really pretty. So I decided to put my piece, my stitchy piece, in a circular box. So I decided to put the design in the lid. So this is a small tutorial. I record this video in Spanish, hoping for the best. Luckily I could finish my box. So yeah, I just cut a piece of cardboard, a little smaller than the lid of my box, and I put the design very similar that the one in the model. So I like to this was the box that I use. I usually keep next to my chair the box with some needles and wax and my scissors. So I decided to put a pretty design in the lid, and even though the lid has some spots, I cover at the end with a finished piece. So the first step was to cut a piece of cardboard smaller than the lid, and I use I was showing that I have another option. It was a decorative box, but the colors were not very according to the design. So yeah, I decided to to use the plain box. So I was I don't remember what I was telling there, but yeah, I cut the piece of cardboard, and as I say, a little smaller than the lid, and because at the end I wanted to add this piece like lace fabric. I thought that the smaller piece of cardboard will be okay, and I usually take the measure of the piece that I'm going to prepare. Also, if I cut the piece of cardboard really small, it's not going to work, and if it's really big and the fabric is not enough, it's also not working. So yeah, basic stuff, but sometimes we miss some these little details. And I usually put some layers of felt. I don't put the fabric directly in the cardboard. I usually put felt, and in this case it's a fabric that it's like a quilt fabric, has a little sponge or something. So yeah, it gives the piece more volume, and I like that detail, not just the fabric over the cardboard. I like to put some layers of felt or something. And because I have some threads in the back of my stitching, so it's also very useful to put a lighter fabric as base, so the flosses that you cross in the back of your stitch, they are not visible if you use a clear fabric. So I just in this project I just use glue for everything. So first I glue the felt or the fabric to the cardboard, and then I place the stitchy fabric. I'm cutting the excess. My circles are not perfect, kind of rustic, but that's okay. And I place the fabric, the stitchy the fabric with my stitchy, and I center, because I use only glue for this project. I just center the design. You can measure the design, but in this case I just do it very basic. And I was telling in this piece, in this part, that you can lace with needle and thread, and I usually, when I lace instead of glue, I use sulky thread, because it's stronger and it's better, it works better for me. But in this case I didn't use needle and thread, I just glue everything. And yeah, and at the end it took me longer using the glue, because I have to wait. The glue is really it's a very good glue, but you have to wait a little, and it's not instant glue. So you have to be holding the fabric and waiting to to the glue to get a little dry, and you end with all your fingers really like a messy fingers. So yeah, I was thinking that if I glue everything, I was going to finish faster, and perhaps I did, but no, I prefer using needle and thread. But yeah, it's a lesson learned. In the next project I will continue using thread and needle instead of glue. And yeah, and I really like to lace my pieces. Even I'm frame almost all my pieces, and I lace them with needle and thread, and it's easy for me. So in this case I had to glue and wait and get my fingers sticky. So yeah, it was not really a great idea, but at the end I success, and I could finish it. So yeah, you can see it's done. The first layer is done, and I added the lace fabric, and I talk a little about different kinds of lace. You can see that I have different like coffee dye lace. As I dye my fabrics with coffee and tea, I also used to do the same with this type of ribbons and lace decoration. I put in coffee and tea to give this lovely antique color. So I have those pieces with coffee and tea, and you can see the difference in a really white piece of lace and the ones that have this coffee dye treatment. So it's useful to know that, because in case you only have white lace, you can give a bath with coffee and tea in a pot of water and boil them, and you can get really lovely results. So at the end I use one of the coffee dyed lace. So yeah, it's I love to make this kind of changes in my laces and ribbons and stuff like that. So again, with the piece that I use, the ribbon, the lace piece that I use, I glue in the back of my cardboard, and I was just place it at the beginning with pins to make sure the material will be enough. And because it's a round shape, I have to make the little folds so it would look right. But when you do this type of finish with a square or rectangular pieces, you don't struggle so much. But in this case I have to first being adjusting the piece, and then again with my glue finish the piece. And you end with all your fingers, with all the glue. But yeah, it's a nice and quick method. So yeah, I help myself with a piece of fabric, and that's it. The lace part was finished, and at the end I add a little cord to separate, between the fabric and the back embellishment. So yeah, again I use glue to put this cord all around the circle. And you can, again, all of these you can use needle and thread and be more clean about it, but that's okay. I mean, it's your finish. Perhaps if you are going to prepare this as a gift, you can be more careful, but I think it came out cute. I hope. So yeah, I finished with the glue, and at the end I just cut the final cord, and I was thinking in adding a little bow or something like that, but I thought maybe all the lace fabric it's enough, so I just put a little hard bottom, and again I just glue the bottom. I don't even use needle and thread for the bottom, but I think at the end it looks really nice and cute. And I love the sentiment of both flags together. And I was talking with Michelle about how, when you are stitching your flag, how you feel represented, and it's important, and that's why it's important to be supportive of all these different designers, and trying to include all the communities and all the different people. So yeah, it's great for our community, and it's a beautiful sentiment. So yeah, at the end I just glue the cardboard to the lid, and it was all that I have to do, and I finished. And yeah, I put the lid with the stitching piece, and that's it. I thought that it was a really pretty project. And again, Bendy Stitchy, Michelle did a wonderful work, and we have this Patriotic Pinkeep with all the flags. So, well, not all the flags, but many flags, not just the United States flag. So yeah, really happy. And Michelle gave me the authorization to give one of this PDF pattern. So if you want to participate in this giveaway for the PDF Patriotic Pinkeep pattern, write a comment in this video. I will announce the winner next Sunday, July 5th, and write a comment, and it's going to be great. And if you win, you receive your pattern via email in a PDF. So yeah, good luck to everyone. I hope you could participate. And that's it. That's my video. I just recording the voice, I'm sorry. But yeah, I hope you all have a wonderful week. Take care of yourself, take care of your family. It has been difficult days these last days in all the aspects of our life, but we need to be together and to be better. I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.